Hey, Scruffy. How you doing? Is that the wind? So I saw you sleeping on the table all day. So I have, let's see, meaty pate with real chicken and tuna. And kibble. So I did the lottery again. So you got the tuna this time. So next time you're going to get the new flavor. Okay, come on out. So, since you're sleeping all day on the table, I didn't want to disturb you. So I never brought out your water. Since you were asleep, it didn't seem to matter. So I got your water now. So let me get your water in there. And let's get food on the table. Put the glove on. Okay. Now you're under me. Last time you scratched or hissed. So I'm having I feel very stressed right now. I think it's justifiable. So, a couple major things happened today. So first, I got up early. I had a thing I had to do early morning. I didn't think I'd actually have to be that early today, but yeah, for some reason I actually got up before sunrise again. So I'm actually a little tired again. And I think I did see Scruffy in the dark on the table, sleeping in the box with the blue blanket. So this past few days, the stock market's not been doing well. At least certain parts of the stock market. Basically, the momentum popular stocks of the last year. Hey! Scratched me again. That one wasn't as bad. The claws didn't get really stuck in the glove this time, but I can feel the claws still. Yeah, you can't do that, Scruffy. Yeah. Does that mean you're sorry? So you need to learn how to stop doing that. Nobody's going to want to pet you if you do that. I don't think I want to feed you if you do that. You're going to lose your meal ticket. Yeah. So how long do you think I should wait? Okay. So I've been getting defensive in my positionings for the past few days because yeah, the market looks like it was starting to falter. So I started putting some stop losses in some of my stocks that I had less conviction in. Some of the trades that I don't think have been doing well, and some of my investments that I just don't have a strong conviction in anymore. So I thought, well, if the market's going to turn over, I don't want to ride them down all the way if they do really, really crash. I made that mistake earlier, or this past year. Particularly foreign markets, particularly China, just got destroyed. So the biggest internet company, Alibaba, they're kind of like the Amazon of China. So very, very big company that ships products and has, web services, and it's kind of basically, they basically are Amazon of the East. And yeah, they completely imploded. So it looks like, the government over there spooked everyone and started tightening things, and yeah, some, there's some concerns about what they did to the founder of Alibaba. I won't get into that because it's probably not YouTube friendly, but anyway, yeah, a whole bunch of things kind of came together, and Alibaba, it's like down over 50% from its highs of last year. And I didn't buy it at the high, but I did buy it not that far from the high. And so I ended up riding it all the way down, and that was a mistake. Should have had a stop loss in place, I think, there. So I'm not sure what the stop loss should have been. I'm doing some research on what a good stop loss should be. I actually found some research suggesting 10%. If something goes 10% down, get out. And then as long as you get back in, either there are two rules. Two different research papers I read. So one said just get in at the beginning of the next quarter. The other one said just use technical analysis for when the trend changes, then get back in. But either way, both techniques would have saved me from a lot of losses. And then emerging markets in general, they did poorly last year. So Brazil was another one that just completely tanked, I think, like the last 6 months. So there was a beer company down there. I think it's technically partly owned by Anheuser-Busch. But it's, I guess, it's actually a Brazilian brewery. So they mostly cater to their domestic market, from what I understand. And one of the investment letters I've been subscribed to, they did a very deep, thorough analysis of Ambev. Right around the COVID crash. So at the time, it was a really good deal. I missed it because I wasn't a member of that newsletter. But then, after the COVID crash bounce, the stock shot up, but then Brazil ended up crashing again. And so it's not quite down as far as where it was in the COVID crash, but it's starting to get close. So I'm starting to think maybe I should put some money in. It's a good dividend paying stock, pretty conservative. This is not financial advice. So you need to do your own research and figure out if it's suitable for you, as they always say. but it's something I personally have been looking at. I think that's kind of interesting. But yeah, the markets took a shellacking the past few days, particularly the tech stocks and momentum stocks. So they're getting killed. Yeah, that's a nice meow. So I mentioned there was a stupid investment I did, or trade I tried getting into, that I should have known better, and I was stupid and greedy. And that was like 6 months ago, and it caused me a lot of worry and angst and stress. But after something like 5 months or something, I forgot. I think it was over 6 months ago. It was more like 9 months ago. So like, I think 3 months ago, I finally got out of it. So I got lucky in the window of opportunity. It bounced back, and I did something called a repair trade, and the timing like worked out. So I was able to get out at break even. And then the stock started crashing right after I got out again. And yeah, today it's down over 50. I think it's down 50%. It's worse than when I was in it. And so I am so glad I'm out of that. So I have minor losses this week, but nothing major like that. So overall, I think I should be feeling kind of bad, because in absolute terms, I'm still not in a great position, but I know it could have been a lot worse. So, okay, Scruffy, get your food. I made you wait longer because you scratched me. So I went to Costco today, and that was the other major thing I did today. So I needed to get TurboTax, and I wanted to get stock up on more of that protein powder while it's still on sale. So I got 2 more of the protein powder. And then while I was there, I discovered Oatmeal was finally on sale. And I'm actually waiting for that to go back on sale too, because I ran out a while ago. And I've been buying the regular price stuff, or the regular price, at the regular, the stuff at the regular price. And I had stocked up a lot before, and I thought they'd be on sale again. But yeah, I guess with this pandemic and shortages, there's no need to put anything on sale. So anyway, it was on sale today, so I stocked up, and I bought over a year's supply worth of stuff. So I think I got 8 boxes of 52 packs each. So yeah, I spent a lot at Costco today. I'm not exactly happy about that, but I know in the long run I'm saving money, because I'll eventually eat it all. Assuming I don't move and have to get rid of it. So knowing my luck, I'll end up moving before I use it all up. I don't know, it's probably easy to ship. They're nice square boxes. Not that heavy. Not sure if it's worth it, but yeah, whatever. I bought some last week because I was running low, so I didn't have my receipt with me from last time. I should probably just make a habit of always bringing back the receipt with me, just in case like that happens. So I'm thinking maybe I should go back to Costco with my receipt and get a credit for the ones I bought last time. But yeah, I don't really want to drive down to Costco again. So if I do go, I should go soon and stock up more on the protein powder. So I don't know how long the packs last me. I'm not convinced So I have 4 now. I'm not quite convinced I'll make it through a whole year. But yeah, let me turn my attention to Scruffy since I got some footage. So yeah, I saw him I think this morning in the box. Yeah, it was kind of cold and windy this morning, so I'm guessing he probably was in the box with a blanket around him, sheltering from the wind or something. Yeah, I thought it was going to actually be really cold today because it was actually really cold this morning. But it actually warmed up, so this afternoon was actually pretty nice. And then, yeah, I saw them on the table at various points of the day, so I don't know if he ever jumped down. I think very early morning, I think he may have been off the table, and then he jumped back on, and I saw him sleeping on the table most of the day. So I kept thinking I was going to bring out his water, but he was sound asleep, and he actually needed to go to Costco, and was dealing with all this other stuff going on. So I didn't really feel like disturbing him or spending time disturbing him. I could make an excuse not to give him water. I don't think he was going to drink it. So then when I got back from Costco after I unpacked everything, I went for my walk, but it was I was late, so I only had a chance to do one lap. But I actually did encounter a bunch of things. It didn't quite work out the way I expected. So as I got to the park, I saw the friendly cat, and he was standing in the brush again between the trail and the street. And I was pretty far away, so I was trying to get out my camera ahead of time because he has a tendency of seeing me and then approaching me, and I kind of wanted to get that on film. And he started walking towards me, and I was still fumbling with my camera. And then I finally get it going, and he's still kind of walking towards me. And then he turns suddenly into somebody's driveway, and he decides to avoid me. And so he cuts through somebody's yard and goes over to the next house and through their yard. And yeah, he looked like he was going to come for pets or something, and then just last moment it looked like he just said, "Hey." So that surprised me. Because I call him the friendly cat because he's always been very friendly to me. So then I saw, I think, some vultures. So that's new. I usually don't see them at this park. I've seen them in the other park where I go biking, but yeah, I don't see them in this park usually. And so I tried to get some footage, but yeah, there was one that was on a tree. Actually, there was actually a couple of them. So one was high up in a tree. I don't know if that footage came out. There was another one on a lower tree with it looked like a limb had fallen off or something sawed off or something. So it was just using it as a perch. And I tried getting footage of it, but the problem was the sun was right behind it, so I don't know if that footage is going to come out or not. And then finally I saw another one that was on a lamppost directly above me. And then eventually I found what they were after, and I found the carcass on the ground. And yeah, there was some dead animal. It's very furry. I think it was either a cat or a small dog. So they were doing a good job picking it clean, so it was hard to recognize. Let's see further down my route. I saw one of the twins finally. I haven't seen the twins in a while. So I was hanging out in somebody's front yard, down at the park in the field as usual. So he's just chilling out there. And I think that's all I saw today. I didn't take any pictures of it, but when I did notice in my front yard, I talked about, I think I have a gopher or a mole in my front yard, and that might be what's killing some of my plants. And so yesterday I saw piled up dirt in several different places, so it looks kind of like a gopher mound or a mole mound. I need to someone looked up the types of mounds. I know there's distinctive features. I always forget which one's which. But anyway, I looked again today, and yesterday, yeah, the holes are filled, but yeah, today there were actually clear holes you could see in the ground. And then I saw one hole that looked like a new mound, and I kicked it, and it caved in, and yeah, there was a big tunnel going into deeper into the yard. So certain, yeah, I have a pest problem of some sort, and I won't have to deal with it before it kills my plants. So I'm not happy about that. And then when I got back from my walk, I noticed, yeah, the hole that I kicked in had been filled, so that gopher or whatever is actually pretty active. So when I was at Costco, I also picked up TurboTax, and they had all the versions there. And so I was reading the boxes just to make sure. I knew I needed the home and business version, which was, I thought, the most expensive one. And then I noticed there was another version that I had not come across through my online searches called the business version. And I started reading the description, and I was relieved at first because, okay, I said, okay, businesses, and it said, okay, S corps, C corps, multi-owner LLCs. So none of those applies to me. So I fortunately have a very simple single entity LLC, which the home business version can handle. But then I saw also handles estates and trusts, and I'm like, oh crap, because yeah, there's a trust I have to file a return for my parents or my dad's trust. At least I think I have to file it. So I'm unclear at what point I can stop filing it. It's still technically open, but I have also heard that you actually never do close like an EIN number. So I kept it open mostly because I'm still getting issues, and I need the trust account to be able to cash like my dad's any checks made out to my dad, or settle any things that are in his name. There were a couple minor things that happened this year, which I've already talked about. However, I don't know if those are actually like taxable events, and so I don't know if there was no taxable events, if that actually requires me to file a trust for this year. So the previous year, yeah, there was a lot of activity because I was closing all his accounts, and those did generate paperwork issues and tax issues and whatever. But my tax guy handled that last year, and this year I think I escaped most of that because we got it done pretty much last year. But I'm unclear on that, but apparently this is a separate form. I think it's 1041, and I originally searched for this TurboTax, and the original answer I saw said, oh, all of them can handle the trust. I'm like, oh, good, I don't have to worry about that. But then when I was reading this box, I was like, no, it sounds like only this business version handles trusts. And so now I'm like really confused, and I didn't know what to do, but I figured, okay, I'm probably going to need this, so I'm going to have to buy both versions, and so I ended up spending more than twice as much than I expected on the TurboTax stuff. Though it's like I think it's like 115 or something for the business one with the trust. and it was like $100. No, it was more like maybe $80 for the home and business one. So yeah, the trust one's expensive, but still better than the $2,000 that one of those, or it was actually $4,000 if they were going to do both. So 2,000 each. It's like, yeah, I don't want to pay that. So I'm hoping that this will handle it, and if I find that I don't need it, worst is I'm out $115 instead of $2,000, I guess. Yay. Costco has a really good return policy, so maybe if I figure out I don't need it and I don't open it, maybe they'll let me return it. Okay, folks, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.